I gotta wipe my lenses out.
Okay.
Or it's gonna look like Zachary Orange did this.
Okay, I'm recording.
Alright.
Well, here's a fan that was almost thrown right in the trash, if not for the efforts of ceiling fan rescue mission team.
This is a
Terra Cotta Hunter. This is not a preference. Southern Classic.
You definitely don't see Terra Cotta that often.
This is the first one I've ever seen in person of any model, really.
It's also got this really nice light kit.
Yeah, this is like a gallery edition type light that was used in the catalogs, and it is three-way, which is really cool. The first pole is just that middle piece. Second pole is outer four.
On my camera, it looks like all 5 are on, but the center one's actually off. And now it's on.
Yeah, now it's on. So after having this fully installed, this thing looks awesome to me.
Except for the fact that it's almost to the floor.
Yeah, I have to... Right now I'm sitting down, and that's what we're going to have to do for like most of this video. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and...
Start it on low.
It's going to hum a little bit because it's on the solid state testing spot.
So I'm going to start...
Rant away.
Yeah, I'm going to start ranting about this. So this was listed on Marketplace for quite a while down by the Jersey Shore.
It was kind of away from the Jersey Shore, but like in
like,
that general area.
It was in the area. And I really didn't have any interest in it, and I know a lot of other collectors had their eye on this. And one of those people being Matt. And what ended up happening was I guess he just got a random text one night from the seller saying if it's not picked up like right away, they're just gonna throw it in the trash.
Yeah. So when I first saw this listing on the Circus, it was for $100, and this was listed for quite a while, like probably a few months, because they just kept relisting it for $100 instead of lowering the price. So at some point I did message them, and I was like, hey. Because, in my head, it's like, I like this fan, but I don't $100 like it. So I offered them, like, 60, I think. And then eventually we just, like, actually, no, I offered 65, and then the seller was like, can we do 75? And I was like, no. And then he's like, well, where are you coming from? And I always hate that question because it's like, what does it matter, like, where I'm driving from? Like, I guess they don't want, like, people to be like, oh, I'm driving from, like, Alaska to get this. And it's like, that makes sense, I guess. I'm going to try and not die.
So, he got that random text one night.
And yes, so sorry to cut you off, but we eventually agreed on 65 because I said I was coming from, like, a town that was, around like 40 minutes away or something. I think that's how far away it was. And he's like, okay, 65, like, I'll take into account like the price of gas or whatever. It's like, fine. But I wasn't able to do it that week. So fast forward a week later, I just get a message that it's like 5 p.m. or something crazy. And the seller says, hey, if this isn't picked up tonight, it's going to be thrown out in the trash tomorrow morning when they come pick it up. And I'm like, what?
Crazy.
So the seller isn't exactly the brightest individual, because, why lower the price when you can just throw it away?
Yeah, so what ended up happening, that's when I actually went and got it the next night. And the only reason the seller held on to it for an entire another day is because he said, well, if you're absolutely certain it can be picked up tomorrow, then I'll hold on to it.
Yeah, I basically had to riz up the seller. I can't believe I just said that. I had to convince the seller to like not throw it out, because it's like he was saying this whole thing. It's like, oh, I got this old car and I'm trying to move it into my garage, so I'm cleaning out the garage. Yeah. It's like, can that wait for a day, like, please?
Yeah.
Or just for like a few hours?
You want to turn it on high?
Sure.
So what ended up happening was when I went to go pick this up, all was normal, and I didn't even ask. The guy just mentioned to me, Oh, by the way, I threw away 2 Hunter fans this morning. And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? And he said, yeah, there were 2 cast iron oil-filled fans, and I threw them in the trash this morning. And I was like, what? Like, you knew I was coming for a fan that night to buy this one.
And he never mentioned it to me either.
He never mentioned, like, he never asked, hey, are you interested in this? Just no. And then he just randomly told me, oh, by the way, I threw away 2 this morning. And he picked it up.
So, 2, and, you know, I was saying they were probably new originals. And apparently, what did he say, like, he bought them, like, new.
Yeah,
He installed them, and then his wife didn't like them, so he threw them away.
Yeah, he bought them new in the original boxes, and as soon as he installed them, his wife wanted him to take them down because she didn't like them. And then he just...
That is, like, whipped beyond belief. I'd be like, this fan was heavy as hell. It's staying up here.
Yeah, so, like, he had them in storage in his garage for a little while, and then he just threw them away. The morning of the day that I came and picked this fan up, he threw them away. Can you freaking believe it?
I can, because it's the circus.
Facebook circus place. No, I was literally so pissed off. And he said one was white and one was brown. So I'm hoping that they were newer ones, but I guess we'll never really know for certain.
No, I mean, because they still make both of those colors, so...
Yeah. But still, it was...
If the seller said, I threw away an original and it was the same color as this fan, I would have absolutely lost my mind. Because a Terracotta Hunter original has not even surfaced yet, but they apparently exist.
Wait, they exist?
Apparently. They're in a catalog somewhere or something like that.
In what world?
In ours, apparently. like
heard
Earth.
Of a Terracotta Hunter original in my life.
That's because you've never seen one before. It's almost like I don't know what analogy I'd use. They're just really rare.
Well, also one more thing to top this whole thing off. This fan was missing the mounting bracket, it was missing all the blade screws, and it was missing all 3 switch housing screws. So I had 1 Hunter mounting bracket in my spare parts inventory, and I got really lucky that this is actually the one that fit. And then I also had a bunch of motor screws and switch housing screws that I had that just fit.
And
so
on top of that,
lucky.
We still had to pay $65 for this thing.
Yep, and despite that he was about to throw it in the trash and get $0 and 0 cents, he still had me pay $65 to pick it up. I mean, that guy was such an ass.
Do you want to do reverse at all?
Yeah, do you?
I'll just do high reverse.
Okay. And there it goes in the other direction.
Can you believe it, guys?
Oh, also the bearings were absolutely terrible in this when I got it. I oiled the hell out of them, and they actually are really quiet now. It's actually, I'm surprised.
Let's see if I can get a shot from further away.
Usually when you oil bearings, they make all kinds of noise, but they're actually almost silent in this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known unless you told me. They sound silent to me.
There it is from before.
It hangs very low, like the blades are at neck height per usual. Yeah, go ahead.
Also, light dimming.
Brought to you by Solid State.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it for this thing.
Yeah. I still really like how this fan looks, though. It's definitely one of the cooler things.
It's really awesome.
That will be added to my collection.
And I'm going to give the seller credit, just because of how stupid he was. I'm going to give him credit for not breaking the glass.
Oh, yeah.
Or scratching the fan or the blades or bending them or anything like that.
Yep.
So that's one good thing out of this, at least.
It made it, and that's
Now
all that matters.
Here it is, 100% complete. So, there you go.
Thanks for watching. Garbage ceiling fan spin.